Good evening. I know we are joining from various parts of the world. Others could be afternoon. Some of us already deep in the night. Some of us it's as early as in the morning. Receive our greetings from whichever part of the world you are in, and feel most welcome to this session. I'm Calvin Sotieno, and I'm part of the team at African Center for Data Science and Analytics Limited. I'm joining using the company account. So I want to welcome you and to let you know that anytime we're having intakes at African Center for Data Science and Analytics, we normally have a day where we take you through, or rather we take the team through whatever there is in data science in the industry. We also expose the institution to you and let you know what we're offering, the benefits, and why you should train with us, and also the admission process. If you want to train with us, how do you go about it? So it's exactly what we're going to do in this session. And as I was saying before, should you have any question, feel free to ask. You can put it on chat. The rest of the AFRICDSA team that's in this session will be able to answer. Or you can wait till the end of this session. After the presentation, we'll give you an opportunity to ask any question that you have. So we're requesting that you don't interrupt the speaker as he's speaking. You can either put it on chat or wait till the end of the session to ask. We'll also provide our contacts. Should you want to reach out directly, we'll share so that you're able to call or WhatsApp or even send an email. You can also come to offices. Our physical office is in Nairobi. That's Pioneer House, Moi Avenue, 3rd floor, next to Cooperative Headquarters, opposite the bomb blast. You can come there anytime, you'll find us. So it's already 8:05 p.m. Kenyan time, East African time. I'd now like to welcome our lead data scientist, that's Mr. Sylvia Luku, who will do the presentation. Then we'll proceed from that. So Sylvia, most welcome.
Good evening. Can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all for today's sessions. As my colleague Calvin has said, that this session is for awareness for data science and related disciplines. And when I'm talking about the related disciplines, I understand that we have also here people who are interested in certified data analysts, business analytics expert, finance analytics, HR professionals, among other sub-disciplines of data science. So I'll be taking you through what it entails, the career pathways, and also how our intakes are ongoing, the admission process, the fee structure, and how you will be paid, how you can pay your fees, and so on. So without wasting so much time, I would like to introduce the company. Basically, AFRICDSA, it stands for African Center for Data Science and Analytics Limited, is a multidisciplinary learning accelerator and a data science consultants firm that is committed in closing the skills gap in Africa's job market. Yes?
Sorry for the interruption, but your slides are not moving.
Okay, thank you. Just a minute so that I can share my entire screen.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
Maybe for the rest of the team, you can mute your video. Back to you, Sylvia.
Okay, sorry. Please confirm if they are moving now.
Not yet.
Not yet?
Yeah, now moving. It's not moving.
Okay, thank you so much. And sorry, team, for the interruption. Okay. So basically, I was starting by introducing AFRICDSA, and I was saying that we are a multidisciplinary learning accelerator and a consultancy firm, and basically we are committed to closing the skills gap in the African's job market, and we do this by providing transformative tech-based learning in data science and artificial intelligence. And the organization was we started in 2020, and so far we have graduated over 1,000 students, 1,500 students globally. Another thing that you have to note about us is that we are accredited by the International Association for Business Analytics Certification. And therefore, this means that our program syllabuses are aligned with global industry best practices in the field of data science and artificial intelligence. And our goal as an organization is to provide high quality, globally accredited, industry aligned programs in the field of data science and AI to both working professionals and beginners. And as you are saying that the certifications are globally accepted, basically what we do is that for us, after the accreditation by the IABAC, our mandate is to train and mentor all those our students. Then IABAC issues the certificates and also ensures that there is continuous monitoring of the profession in terms of ethics, among many other developments. And another thing, perhaps you might wonder, why should you train with AFRICDSA? First, we have the aspect of global recognition. That's the IABAC certification. Its board certification is based on European Union Commission framework called Edison. And the purpose of this is was set out to align professional skills in data science and AI with industry requirements. Secondly, is that we have expert trainers. We have allied faculty composed of practicing data scientists, including myself. I have been working as data scientist mostly in fintech and in SureTech. And also we have other trainers that are working in various organizations as data scientists and data analysts who are part of the faculty. Another thing is that you will gain real-time experience. Our trainings are project-based, meaning that they are practical in nature. Then also after the training, we transition you to what called the virtual internship with us and other organizations that we are working with. Also, what we do what called job assistance. We do end-to-end job support, for instance, CV and LinkedIn profile optimization trainings that we bring experts who are good in that area to train our students at no cost. We do job updates. Job updates, what we are doing, we are mining various opportunities in data science and related fields and share with our students. Also, we do direct job connections with various recruiters who are interested in data scientists, data analysts, business analysts, among many other roles that are related to data science. So, as since the data science is the master and the rest of the fields are within data science, I like to take you through what data science is and related disciplines. Basically, when you are talking about data science, you are talking about a cross-disciplinary field that seeks to extract meaningful insights from data. A cross-disciplinary means that it cuts across various segments and so on. And the key components of this data science, basically one is machine learning. So machine learning, we are talking about the algorithms with the ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. Basically what that means, for instance, today, if you take a calculator and press 1 + 1, you will get 2. But perhaps, or sometimes you might not understand what is happening behind and so on. That's how machine learning works. Then machine learning extends to what called deep learning. Deep learning basically is a subset of machine learning in which artificial intelligence neural networks adapt and learn from your data sets. For instance, we have nowadays what you call computer vision and so on. For instance, in the what you call precision agriculture nowadays, you can have drones that detect if crops have been infected by crop diseases or not, and so on. That's part of deep learning. Then that goes further. Deep learning, now you move to what called artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence basically means programs with the ability to learn and reason like human beings. For instance, you can talk about the chatbots. Like nowadays, many organizations with the augmented workforce whereby human beings are working alongside robots and so on. For instance, in repetitive tasks such as customer service department, whereby instead of interacting or a customer service representative working throughout the night also, perhaps the robots can take at night and you are able to get almost the same feedback. So that is what called artificial intelligence. All these sub-disciplines are under what called data science. So this takes us to the next slide on the key differences between data science and data analytics. I think this is something else that you find that people normally cannot really differentiate between the two disciplines. So I'm going to take you through this by looking at three focus areas. One is the objective and focus of each one of them, then methods and approaches and skill set and expertise. So starting on the objective and focus, what data science aims is that we are seeing that data science is more exploratory, while data analytics is more focused on immediate decision making. For instance, what that one means is that if perhaps you want to ask how many male to female students who joined our January intake, and based on the historical data, you can mention perhaps 100 to 50 there. But you see that one will give you an immediate decision. However, data science is more exploratory. It tries now to go further or deeper to know why is it that we have this disparity in terms of gender gap for those students who are enrolling for this course and so on. So it tries to go and dig deeper. Another thing on methods and approaches, um, data analytics follows a streamlined process focusing on descriptive and diagnostic analysis. Descriptive mostly, for instance, is what happened, like you have historical data you're trying to explain on what happened and so on. Okay, I don't know if it is a question, but perhaps the operations team from AFRICDSA, in case of anything, you let me know.
So just continue. We'll have an opportunity to answer questions at the end.
Okay. So we are talking about data analytics follows a streamlined process focusing on descriptive and diagnostic analysis. For instance, you want to know those people from the sales department, perhaps how many sales did you make during the last quarter, what was the average, what was the most common mode, and so on. But when we come to data science deals with complex and structured data and utilizes sophisticated algorithms such as neural networks and deep learning. For instance, now, based on whatever data analytics or data analysts have done, it tries now to extract more insights to do some kind of predictions, clustering, like to put diverse concepts together and so on. In terms of skill set and expertise, data analysts are mostly proficient in structured query language for, of course, querying data from what we call relational databases. They are good in data manipulation and data visualization in tools such as Tableau and Power BI, while data scientists are proficient with tools and languages such as Python or R, algorithms, big data frameworks such as Hadoop, and also some data analytics tools such as SQL, Tableau, Power BI, and MS Excel. So basically what this one means, to summarize, that at what point do data scientists work together with the data analysts? is that you cannot be a data scientist if you don't know data analysis, but you can be a data analyst, but you are not a data scientist. So it means that the foundation of data science is data analytics, of data analysts. As a data scientist, you must know data analytics before you build those algorithms, artificial intelligence solutions, and so on, because it is that part of the process of building those solutions. So we have some of the data science concepts that are very common and you'll come across, such as data types. Data, we have what called structured and unstructured data. Structured data mostly is organized data. For instance, if I take a list of all those who have attended today's session, your name, phone number, gender, and so on, that's structured data. But as I'm speaking currently, the kind of like this is audio is also data that can be analyzed, which is unstructured. Perhaps you can analyze the most frequently used vocabularies by the presenter and so on. So that is unstructured. And most of the data currently is unstructured. And the main reason is because of the fourth industrial revolution, whereby we have many people have access to the internet. We have so many social media platforms and people are sharing a lot of information and so on. Other aspect that you'll come across is the aspect of data cleaning and validation. Like if you have data, like you have to check the accuracy, completeness, uniformity, and so on. You will come across what's called data mining, trying to find patterns from the data. You can come up with aspects like data systems and applications. Like if you want to build a machine learning application that is able to perhaps predict if crops are infected with diseases and so on. We'll talk about data patterns and trends, especially in time series, how the cells of a certain disease has been prevalent over a certain period of time and so on. We will talk about models and algorithms, especially in machine learning. So we have now the applications of data science. So as you can see here, this data science is almost applicable in each and every industry, but these are just some of the highlights. I want to start from agricultural technology or agriculture. Data science can be used in estimating yields and capturing footages. And I was giving an example of using drones to be able to capture in precision agriculture, to be able to even estimate like how many pineapples do we have in this farm and so on, because it's able to use what called computer vision, which is part of deep learning to count and estimate. In legal tech or in law, it can predict outcome of cases based on natural language processes. If you have been reading through various judgments and so on, in most cases you find out that they quote in a case of so versus so, this is how it was argued. So they are trying to relate with what had already been argued or a similar case. So using what called natural language process, which is part of data science, if someone files a legal suit and there is a machine learning model that has been trained using historical case, various judgments and so on, it is able to predict the possible outcome. We can talk of call center routing and chatbots. I have explained that nowadays you can have chatbots that are able to respond to some of the questions that human beings or those who are working in the customer service are able to do. In human resource, this data science is used in filtering application in hiring flow. And as I mentioned, that one of the trainings, we bring experts to train our students as they are continuing with the courses and so on how to position the CV. You see, nowadays when you apply for these jobs, because if, for instance, AFRICDSA, we announce for a certain post now, you can receive thousands of applications, and there's no organization that has, even those that have specialized in recruitment and so on, they cannot have so many people that can able to read through all the applications. So at the initial stage, they apply artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. So if your CV is not correctly positioned as per the job description, you find out that even if you are qualified, it cuts you from the initial stages before. So most human resource are using in HR analytics also. You can see that you can use data science to perhaps to predict why employees are leaving the company, that's attrition, and perhaps which department is most affected, top reasons, like you can use the analytics to put in a dashboard and so on. In retail, optimizing supply and demand planning in supply chain management, using historical data, you can be able to forecast and plan like these seasons we have high demand for these goods or services and so on. In finance, you can use this in fraud detection and process automation. For instance, fintechs nowadays, you can open a bank account without going to the bank physically, whereby they apply deep learning and artificial intelligence to do image detection. Perhaps you take a photo of your ID, then you take a selfie of yourself. There's a certain level of match. If it matches, perhaps if now during the model calibration, you decide as an organization that a 60% match confirms that this is so and so, you are able to onboard that customer and so on. In fraud detection, for instance, in credit card payments, you can mark historical fraudulent transactions as either fraudulent or not, and build up a model whereby now, if there's a credit card transaction and any kind of fraud is detected, slight fraud is detected, it can be escalated for manual approval. In healthcare, this can be done in drug discovery, image diagnosis, and so on. For instance, I saw recently in Kenya a certain, I think it was a hospital that was using some kind of image diagnosis to be able to detect some defects in patients who had teeth problems and so on. And they were saying that now that has reduced the waiting time from, I think they were talking about 5 days to at least 2 days and so on. We can have like some kind of disease detections, predictions among many others applications in healthcare. Then we have what called recommender systems, search engines, email spam filters, and matching problems. For instance, nowadays, you find out that when you want to purchase a specific type of good, perhaps from Jumia, you go to Jumia. And when you go to any social media platform, you find out that now they start recommending to you specific kind of products that you search for. And you wonder, how did these people know? Or why is it that I'm getting such kind of information? When we are talking, for instance, about TikTok, TikTok has a very powerful recommender system algorithm. Like if you start watching videos that are related to football, you just keep on starting watching or getting similar videos and so on. All those are applications of data science and in the real industry. The next one is, why should you consider data related courses? First, it is financially rewarding. It has numerous applications, as we have seen. It employs the next generation tools such as Python. It has greater career pathways. I'm going to present that slide. And also it is a relatively young and promising, as it is promising because you see everyone is going digital. The amount of data that is being generated is a lot, and we need people to be able to crunch this data. And the main challenge that has been in the industry is to get experts who are able to crunch especially unstructured data, which is in nowadays the most common kind of data. So as a data scientist, which are the technical skills that you need? You need some a bit of statistics. So we have a unit in statistics, but here we train practically using Microsoft Excel. You don't have to worry that you go and drive those hard mathematics. No, nothing at all. You need database knowledge such as Oracle, MySQL, and Cassandra, because perhaps you see you might be retrieving data directly from the database instead of waiting for someone to go to the portal to download and so on. Perhaps you might be retrieving the data directly from the database. So that's why, like, you need to have database knowledge, programming, either Python or R. All of them will end up with the same result. The only difference is that R has a very steep learning curve as compared to Python, and also in terms of application in the market, Python has become so common and robust. You need data engineering like data processing and data wrangling. Data engineering basically, it means that you are preparing your data for further consumption. Like you can have data that is not organized, or it needs, nowadays with data privacy regulations and so on, you need to hide some of the identities before perhaps you share with the junior staff and so on. All that is part of data engineering. Machine learning. In machine learning, you learn some of the aspects of machine learning, such as supervised learning and supervised learning and reinforcement learning. We learn deep learning, such as what we call TensorFlow and artificial neural networks. We learn big data using Hadoop and Spark, and of course, data visualization. Data visualization, at the end of the day, like you need to be able to communicate whatever you have done to stakeholders so that they can able to understand and make decisions. So basically, data visualization here just assists you to present your results in form of a dashboard that can be easily understood. So we have W Power BI. Of course, we have other data visualization tools, among many others. So skills that we acquire at the end of the training, we have technical skills such as coding sense. The coding on machine learning is just very straightforward. System design and architecture, because if you need to come up with an application, algorithm design, like how, if you want to create a model that detects crop diseases, how should it work? Where should it get the data from? And all the end-to-end process. You will gain industry knowledge through sector trends and growth, product sense and product management. Basically here, as you say, that all our trainers are working in various industries as data scientists. They have experience. Also, we have events that we organize internal, such as webinars. We have those that we are being organized by IABAC, the accreditation body, also that always you are supposed to keep on attending to be updated with what is ongoing in the industry. You'll gain business skills such as business knowledge, project management, and communication and strategy. Then on the analytics, it's data organization, manipulation, data modeling, and visualization. So what's the way forward? Of course, you need to be analytical. You need to be ready to collaborate with your colleagues, with us as the staff and industry experts. Research, you need also to continue researching, because learning is a continuous process. Like when I did data science, there was nothing like large language models, but it came and I was able to adapt quickly to it. You need to connect with the community and keep on innovating. So what are the career pathways in data science? One, you can work as a data analyst. A data analyst's work is to manipulate and report data. Like mostly they form the foundation for data science. Then we have also what's called a machine learning engineer. These people, their role is just to create algorithms for data science processes. So it means that if a data analyst does the manipulation and reporting, they pick from there now to create those algorithms. And I have given an example, perhaps that the one that detects fraud, another one that does facial detection during onboarding, eKYC, like if you want to know your customers electronically, without them going there physically. So that's what it means. You can work as a data engineer. For them, they do batch processing and data pipe and maintenance. Like these people ensure that data is ready before for further consumption. Like they deal with the raw data to make sure that it is organized, it is collected in a proper format that is required before further analysis and manipulation. Then we have what called a data architect. These people, their work, they design how data should be collected and maintained. So this is the role of data architect. Then we have a business intelligence analyst. These people mostly focus on making business decisions based on past data, like the historical data. They are trying to answer questions on what happened and so on. Then the data scientist, of course, as a data scientist, you can work in all these departments because you know all these skills. So it depends with the organization. For instance, in Kenya, if you find bigger organizations such as AFRICDSA that has really invested heavily in data science, they have all these people separately. But if you have organizations, it depends with the budget, they can just hire you as a data scientist, then you do all this work. So also, I normally say when you're negotiating for your salary, also you need to know like what are you going to do, because you might end up doing the roles of how many people, about 5 people, and so on. So what are the initiative plans? You need to invest your time, money, and effort to train. And then also you need to intern and explore. Like we normally say, do that work to gain experience. Like for instance, despite the fact that the training is practical, at the end of it, we have also a voluntary internship part-time, whereby if you need to keep on learning with us, we expose you to more and more other real world projects and so on. So you need to intern and explore. You need also to focus, like identify an industry and case space for yourself, whereby perhaps you need to specialize in this and so on. After that, you need to impact, influence, practice. So where we have graduates across students globally, as said by my colleague Calvin. So I just put some where some of them work, some of our graduates. We have Zamara, Deloitte, Safaricom, KPMG, Berry, Telcom, among many others. So basically what it means, this one, it like Save the Child, these are NGO, we have insurance companies, we have government offices, we have MNOs, that's mobile network operators, SACCOs, among many others. And we have strategic partnership with various organizations whereby they bring their students to train with us. Of course, some companies have budgets for continuous learning. So we have various companies that have partnered with us across Africa. So I want now to come to the March 2024 intake timetable. In March 2024, all classes are virtual. We don't have physical classes for the March intake. We have 3 batches that you can choose whichever you want. We have the 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Study mode is virtual. This is full-time. Classes run from Monday to Thursday. Hours of study in a day is 4, and this one is for those taking the certified data scientist or certified data analyst. We have the 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. cohort. This is virtual, part-time. It is weekday, Monday to Thursday, 2 hours a day. And these are for certified data scientists and certified data analysts. Then we have the last batch is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. virtual part-time, weekday, Monday to Thursday, for certified data scientists, certified data analysts, certified human resource analytics professional, certified finance analytics professional, statistical software for data analysis, that's SATA and SPSS, and certified business analytics experts. Going to the courses and duration, Certified data scientist part-time, it takes 9 months. The last 2 weeks are for IABAC exams, which is a project-based exam taken. It is an open book, like you are given a case study data and you are given 2 weeks, so 7 days to do the exam and submit, of course, under our guidance. We have the certified data analyst part-time, it takes 7 months, and full-time 4 months. Certified human resource analytics profession, 5 months part-time and full-time 3 months. You have the certified finance analytics professional, part-time 5 months, full-time 3 months. You have the statistical data analysis. These are for those people doing STATA and SPSS, 1 month part-time, 3 weeks full-time. We have the certified business analytics expert, 6 months part-time and 3 months full-time. In terms of fee structure, for this intake, the March intake is only the virtual. So certified data scientist is 682 USD. You are allowed to pay for up to 5 consecutive monthly installments. The certified data analyst is 470 USD. You are allowed to pay up to 4 installments. Certified human resource analytics professional 400, up to 3 installments. Certified finance analytics professional 400 USD, up to 3 installments. Statistical data analysis, that's SPSS and STATA, 45 USD, 1 installment. And certified business analytics expert 538 USD, up to 3 installments. The admission process, first is payment of the first installment or full fees, then registration and issuance of admission number. Basically what happens, there's a link you are sent, you register from IABAC, then you use that to issue admission letter, admission number, then issuance of admission letter, then start of classes. So for this March intake, the admission for March 2024 intakes are ongoing. I'm aware that some of you already have completed the admission process. So the admission is ongoing till 8th April, and classes start on 9th April, which is a Tuesday, 2024. So in case you want more information, you can email us at info@africdsa.com. You can call us or WhatsApp us using these numbers. Our physical location headquarters is here in Kenya, Nairobi. However, we have students across the globe that we are serving virtually. On Facebook, you can get at AFRICDSA, Twitter at AFRICDSA, and LinkedIn. As well, if you Google, you can get our business profile by Google and the reviews. So I want now to take back this to Calvin, who is moderating the session, so that we are able to answer any questions that perhaps might be there.
Okay, thank you so much, Xavier, for that wonderful presentation. We now want to have questions. I know perhaps you're new to data science. Maybe you are considering a career change. You just want to get into the industry, or perhaps you are a student who is seeking to get into data science as a career path. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have. So the floor is open. If you want to ask via voice, just raise up your hand. We'll give you an opportunity to ask your question, or you can put it on chat. Yeah, and feel free. There's no question that's small. There's no big question. We are here to support any questions and to give directions on any issues that you have. So anyone? The floor is open. Yes, Matthew?
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Matt. I'm in a county called West Pokot. I don't know if you know. My question is, if I want to, a little bit, I wanted to understand those. Let me go back.
Yes, Matthew. We didn't get your question fully. Yes, we know West Pokot. We normally come there. You wanted to understand? What did you want to understand? Okay.
Calvin
Elin,
says, oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, Calvin. As we wait for him, I wanted to ask a question. There's something that Savia had raised about job identification. Like, for example, you can get a job description that uh, actually captures like all the roles defined there. Like, you're the data scientist, you're the data engineer, you're the data analytic person. How do we differentiate and know that you have actually like zoomed in on data science, like you're the data scientist and not all these other roles?
Okay, I think I'll take that question. Basically, you look at the JD, like at the end of this course, you'll be able to understand what each one of them, like when you just look at the JD, if you find the JD cuts across data manipulation and reporting, data engineering, making business decisions based on, like, if you find that all those are inclusive, know that you are going to be, it is called a full stack data scientist, an end-to-end data scientist. But if you look at those JDs in most cases on social media, LinkedIn, and so on, they are so specific. If it is machine learning, they just tell you to do creating algorithms for data science processes such as predictive analytics, among many others. So in most cases, they define. Of course, perhaps the organization might not disclose, and later when you go there, you find doing a lot, but in most cases, they define and they ensure that they are hiring you knowing the job description properly. It should be clear at the end, at the beginning, Eileen.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Martin?
Yes, good evening, everyone. This is Martin Amaiko. I'm here in Uganda. I have a request and even a question. I have found, actually, I've come late. I've come late on this, on the platform. I've just arrived home. So now I have missed a lot. My request is it possible to share all the conversation as it started, so that I sit and I listen it from the first, because I want to know the explanation per course and how it works. I don't know whether you get me. That is my request. A question is, each of these courses, are we supposed also to are we supposed also to use mathematics, or there's no need? Hello?
Okay, thank you. Let me take this one also. There's no such, okay, when I started, I gave an example of machine learning. I'm sorry, Martin, that you missed, but we are recording the session, you'll get a copy. So you see, for instance, today, if I give you a calculator and you want perhaps to do a summation of 1,000 plus 300, I'm sure you are able to do, right, Martin?
Yes, I
Yes.
can.
Yes.
I can.
Yeah. But now to program how that calculator works, perhaps you might not be in a position to do so. So that's how these courses like machine learning, data science works. Yes, it is built based on mathematics, but you cannot see the mathematics. What you see is what you are only interested to work up to give you what you need, and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. You will share. I think you will share all the explanation as you started.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Yes, we'll do that. So, Sylvia, we can have Dean Clark, then Brandon, so that we then go to questions and chat, then we come back to those who have raised their hands. So, Clark, you can ask your question.
Yeah. So this is Dean Clark. I'm from Jamaica. I'm currently in Nepal. So the question I have is in terms of the IABAC fees structure. Could you shed some light on that in terms of the cost?
Okay. So, Calvin, are you taking that, or I take?
Just take that.
Okay, thank you. So this cost is inclusive of exam fee. You won't be charged any other extra fees. Once you complete your fees, it is inclusive of the IABAC exam fees. So our mandate after the training, we book for you the exam, we connect between IABAC and assess and so on. So I hope that is clear, the clerk.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Cyrus, you can ask your question. Then Angel Mwape.
Hi everyone.
Hey.
So I was asking if you start with virtual, and then in between you realize that you have time, maybe you can be able to make time to do physical. Is it possible to transition, or if you do virtual, it's virtual all the way, and physical all the way?
Okay, I think I can take that. The issue is the virtual class and the physical class, they don't go on at the same pace. So by the time that you're joining the physical, most likely those people will be in a different, they might have covered more than where you are.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, Angel? Or is it Angel?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Good evening. This is Angel from Lusaka, Zambia. Yeah, and my question is, how many intakes do you happen to have in a year? Is it only the March, April, or maybe there's some more other intakes that you have?
Okay, I'll also check that quickly. We normally have intakes every 2 months. So, for this year, our first intake was in the month of January. Then you have March, May, July. So every odd month of the year, we have an intake. Thanks for that.
Thank you so much.
Benwell? Then Dixon?
Okay, good evening.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Brandon, you can wait. You can have Benwell.
Okay. My name is Dixon. I'm calling from Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. But on the question that I want to ask, you already covered on the previous colleague, so already answered.
Okay, thank you for that, Dixon. Benwell?
Okay, thank you. My question was, I needed a clarification. I'm somebody who is green in this field, but it's a field that I want to venture into. So how will you advise somebody who is coming in green? Should I start from statistical data analysis, then I grow up to these others, or should I start immediately with data science? That is the question that I have. And two, I had a question on installment payment. If you're paying full amount and somebody who is paying in installment, does the installment affect the total cost of the course? And if so, how does it affect? And if we have to pay in installments, what is the total installments that we can pay? So please, it is a clarification that maybe you can make. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. We'll answer that. Brandon, you can ask your question as well.
Okay, thank you. Mine is some sort of inquiry. Like, what can you really advise for someone who is almost done with their Bachelor of Science in Statistics program? Should they go for data science or data analysis? What is it that you can advise?
Okay, Sylvia, you can take that. Both.
Yeah, I like to take them as they are coming. So I think the last two questions, apart from the one for installments, are almost similar. So basically, the way our curriculums are built, all of them, they are spiral. Spiral, it means that one concept built after the other. Like, we start with introduction, what is data science, where is it applied, what are the emerging issues, for like everything is spiral, so you don't have to be worried, because we have students, most of our students, not all of them had a background in any of the programming, but they have been managed to finish successfully. Like the exam pass rate has been at about 99% on our first attempt and so on. So you don't have to worry. Like, we have students who are Form 4 leavers or high school leavers. We have those that are working, but it is a totally new field from them and so on. So the curriculum is spiral. It's designed in such a way that you start from beginner concept, you move to intermediate, then advanced in all of those disciplines, irrespective of either data scientist or data analyst or whichever. Then coming back to, I think it was Angel, if I'm not wrong, you see the statistical software Stata and SPSS, mostly they are used for in academia and some kind of research that involves questionnaires and so on. In terms of power handling the current data, big data, and structure, they can't handle. And that's why now these new tools have come up, such as Python and so on. They are able to track the unstructured data and so on. And currently, almost 90% of the data that we are having globally in the industries is this kind of data. Then on installments, it doesn't affect, like, whether you pay in installments or one time or one off. The total fee should be what we have here. It can't affect. So I hope, Calvin's, those were the questions.
Yes, and thanks for that. So we'll have two more questions, then we'll proceed to chat, after which we'll come back to those who raised their hands. We'll have Julia and Jerry, then Arega, Haile, then we'll proceed to questions on chat. So Julia, quickly, you can ask your question.
Evening. So I wanted to ask, you mentioned that certain skills come with being a data scientist. So does part of the course mean you're teaching plus those skills, or by the time you're taking up the course, you should have already learned or known that skill? Like, you must have already been good in SQL, Python, and the likes.
Okay, we'll check that. Arega, you can ask your question. That's Hussein. Hussein, yes?
Okay. I think it would be better to share the presentation. Thank you.
Yes, we'll share the presentation with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, Arega. Arega Haile, you can unmute and ask your question. Okay, so I think we'll proceed to chat. The questions on chat.
Perhaps, Calvin, I can respond. There was
question. Oh, sorry. Yeah. You can respond to that.
It was about, sorry. There was the last question, if I'm not wrong.
The one for Julia, she's asking if the skills that you talked about, do you gain them in class or you need to have them before?
Okay, those are the skills that you are taught in class. Yeah, you are being taught in class, Julia.
Okay. So the first question on chat, Sylvia. Yes, Haile.
Hello. Yes. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
I am from Ethiopia. As I think, actually, I've tried to write in a chat box. I think the data science is more practical. So how do you incorporate this or that practical parts in virtual session? My first question. Second question is, I think in a full-time program, only 5 months is scheduled to certify somebody with the data science. Is that 5 months is enough to make somebody to data scientist?
Okay, Sylvia, you can take that.
Okay, thank you. So in terms of how it happens, I say that like in the certified data scientist curriculum, it has 16 modules and only the first one is theoretical. The rest are practical. So basically how you need to have your laptop, of course, and during training, we share the screen in case you have an issue. You can share from your end, we troubleshoot together and so on. That's how normal happens. And also we have other applications that you can access if you want your laptop directly. You can give a remote control kind of access. The second thing is that the curriculum, the way it is designed, it is an end-to-end. Like what it is that you are able to start an end-to-end data science project, and at the end of the 5 months, if you go for the full time, you are able. However, not that learning. I gave an example of myself. I have been practicing for 6 years now, and you see, and I was giving an example of large language models that just started in 2020, 2021. When I studied data science, it was not there. So learning is a continuous process, and what we are doing that after you are able to get certified, we have what called, and I mentioned that, continuous, you need to be attending at least in a year, you need to be gaining 20 professional credits by attending webinars, seminars, or whatever is related to data science and analytics, to continue updating yourself in case there is a new technology. So these events are organized by IABAC and us, and they are free of charge. So the reality about learning is that learning is a continuous process. You will never cover everything, even if you have been given 10 years and so on, because new concept will always come and so on. But whatever the curriculum gives you is where you are comfortably, you can start your career, complete the task successfully and so on. Anything now that will be emerging, it will be easy to transition and so on. So I don't know if that is okay, Arega.
Thank you. I get it.
Okay, thank you so much. Team, please allow us to go to the questions on chat. Then we'll come back to the other questions that are being asked. I'm trying to read. The first question is, you mentioned that data analytics for descriptive and diagnosis of data. How about data analysis? Perhaps you can just compare data analytics to data analysis.
Which one? Let me check the question from
That's for Dixon Msalike at 8:44 p.m.
Yes.
Yeah, we are trying to answer your question.
Okay.
You mentioned that data analytics for descriptive and diagnosis of data. How about data analysis?
Oh, okay. I think it was based on this slide, if I'm not wrong. This one. I think this is where we were looking at the difference between data science and analytics.
Okay. So data analysis.
So I think, I'm trying to get the question clearly.
The one that was asked at 8:44 p.m.
Data analytics is just the same as data analysis, almost the same concept. There's no difference, Dixon. That's why I was getting a bit confused there. Because I was, yeah, the difference was data science and data analytics. I hope that is clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Abraham, your question was on in case you miss a virtual class, is there an option of getting a recorded copy of the same? Yes, what we do is that after every class, we share a recording. So you'll always have an opportunity to go through what's taught in class. And even if you attended the class, you have a recording so that you can always check that again. Medlinks, you are appreciating that this was a wonderful presentation and you now have some sense of direction. You're also saying that you are currently a student of doing BSc nursing and you're interested in data, certified data analytics. Is there some scholarship for same? As a student, I have some challenge actually. Should like to please, I can quickly take that. So what we do is we work with a number of partners, and sometimes we normally have scholarships that we give to students, partial, not full scholarship. So for those who are interested, we can always share links so that you register. Then once or whenever we have scholarships, we can always consider. Though we won't guarantee that we shall have you considered because it's normally competitive and it depends on the number of scholarship opportunities that we have. So our ops will share the link with you so that you just put your application through. Then whenever we have the same, we'll share that with you. Then Viola, for my case, I have an issue with time difference. The time classes are scheduled as still be at work, except on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Any help available for me, please? So perhaps Viola will pick these with you so that we are able to align on what, because we normally have standard timelines. Because as you've seen, even from the questions that are being asked from chat, we have students in various countries: Ethiopia, Jamaica, Uganda. So we have tried to standardize our time. If that doesn't work with you, we can see how we can fix. The fees will cover training only, or will cover also IABAC certificate, or they need to pay. That one has been answered. The fees that you pay is inclusive of both tuition and exam fees for IABAC. Data analyst and data scientist cover the same units. Does it mean the certification is the same? Also, the course outline is very detailed. Will you cover it all? So we can take that.
Okay, thank you. So basically, they don't cover the same units. As I said, that data analytics is the foundation of data science. So it means that we have some common units between data scientists and analysts. Then as data scientists proceed with the more advanced units, the data analysts are going for exam and so on. Because data analysis mostly ends as data visualization, simple data manipulations and visualizations. But data scientists will proceed to data analysts also will do introduction to machine learning. Then after that, data scientists will go to machine learning 1, machine learning 2, advanced machine learning 1, advanced 2, deep learning, big data, among all those. They are not the same. So data analysis is just the foundation of data science. I hope that is answered.
Yeah, that's answered. Thank you, Sylvia. So Ted, you're asking, when paying the fee installments, do they have to be in equal installments? Yes, we have distributed them in equal installments, but in case you have a challenge, we are always willing to listen to you. That's on an individual basis. So do not fear, always speak. What we are telling our students is speak, let us know what works for you. We're always willing to listen. Then, Rega, your question has been answered. Cynthia, suppose I do data analytics course and finish, and I want to enroll for data science. Will there be exceptions in units and fee? So we can take that.
Okay, I think as per the current policy, we don't have that in terms of exemptions, but It is something that we can pick up with IABAC, and perhaps we can communicate by Monday next week, because they are the accreditation body in this case. So he'll be able to respond that by Monday. The operations team has noted that, be able to communicate.
Yeah, Hussein, your question was answered. We'll be able to share. How deep do you train on Python? Then do you offer any scholarship? So Sylvia, you can take that.
So on Python, for instance, when I don't know if you have access to the curriculum, it will be shared. For instance, if you are doing the certified data scientist, a half of the curriculum is based on Python, especially machine learning and so on, because as I say that all other tools are unable to handle what we call big data and unstructured data and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
So all half. Sorry, Calvin, proceed.
Yeah, thank you. Do you offer any scholarship? As I said, we only have partial scholarships, and that's in collaboration with other partners who are sponsoring students. It's available on application, and there's a vetting committee that normally vet. It's based on the applications, the number of applicants that we have, and the reasons for the applications. So you can apply, then you'll be notified whether you have been shortlisted for the same. Then, Abel, the matter of timing, can you get a record of the classes? Yes, you normally get a record of the classes. Your case is similar to the one that I've answered above, that our timings are standard. Our timings are standard, but we normally share recordings. So in case you miss a class, you'll have access to the recordings. You can also, if in case you have an area that you feel you need to be taken through, just liaise with the instructor and the same will be offered to you. Lawrence, you're asking about the scholarships. I think I've taken that. Austin, in terms of internship, do you post us or do we look for the organizations by ourselves? Sylvia, you can take that.
Okay. So first of all, we have what's called the that is a virtual internship that we launch. For instance, after you finish training, you might need to do a lot of projects to build your portfolio. But also we have those that we link with the organization. So we have two kinds of internship: those that we link with other organizations and also jobs. But we have this one which is not compulsory, that after you graduate with us, if you have still time and you need to continue learning, we have about 10 industries that we have: finance, disaster management, security, and so on. You can select whichever industry that you are interested in. Now you are enrolled to a 2 months internship to able to continue building your portfolio and interact with various experts so that you cement perhaps your skills and so on.
Okay, thank you for that. Beth, as someone who is interested in data analytics, would you recommend me to do the statistical data analysis program that includes SPSS? Sylvia, you can take that.
Okay.
And you can also have the next one as well if we have physical classes.
Okay, for physical classes, for March intake we don't have until May intake. May intake we have. Then for this Beth Wambui, as someone who's interested in data analytics, would you recommend to do SPSS? So as I say that SPSS and the statistical, mostly they are using what's called the classical traditional data science methodology, and basically dealing with traditional data. But things have evolved, so it depends with what you are doing currently. If still you are in academia, you want it for research alone, I think they heavily still use SPSS and STATA and also some NGOs. But even NGOs have moved to modern data analytics frameworks. So that is how I can answer that, Beth. But in case you are not satisfied, perhaps you can have a follow-up Then also, there was someone was asking about the exam if they have to come physical. I don't know, Calvin, if
Yeah. Perhaps you can take the two questions as well. There's one: do you have a capstone project, and do they add to your portfolio after completing the course? Then there's the one if you have to come to Kenya for exams.
Yeah, on capstone project, as I say that all apart from the first unit, which is theoretical, the rest are practicals, and it involves a lot of projects in diverse industries. Apart from those people who are doing the HR, analytics, finance, analytics expert, and so those that are specialized, you will deal with projects specialized in that area. But the rest you will cut across diverse industries. And as a data scientist who have recruited other data scientists in the industry, all those we consider as part of experience of what you have been able to do if properly documented. So for exams, you don't have to come to Kenya physically. You can do the exams wherever you are under our guidance. So you don't have to come physically. Yes, Calvin, you can.
Okay, the last question. After successfully completing the CDS, can someone get exemptions in case you enroll for a bachelor's degree in data science? I don't know, should I take that?
Okay.
Yeah, so Benedict, what we're doing is a professional certification, and bachelor's degree is an academic program. So it depends on the institutions that you'll be going to. But mostly, the professional certifications are different from the academic programs. So yeah, that answers that. So we can quickly go back to the hands that are raised. I'm seeing we have one. Arega, you can ask. Arega, Haile.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you have another questions. If you have another question, you can ask it.
I don't have a question. Any more questions?
Okay.
In a say, we will contact you, but via the WhatsApp.
Okay. Mutuku?
Anyone more question? How I can pay you since I am in Ethiopia?
Okay.
How do I pay you?
We'll come to that, Arega. Mutuku?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Cyrus. I'm asking. Now, I saw the course, the units that are covered, but it is not clear which one is for data scientists and which one is for analysts. I'm not sure whether it's combined or if there is a one that is separated. Is it possible to share those ones?
We'll be able to share. So we have the certified data scientist program. And then we have the certified data analyst program. So the two are separate. And the CDS, rather the certified data scientist, is as elaborate as Xavier had presented.
Perfect.
Yeah. Xavier, you can take the one on payment for Arega.
Okay, thank you. So we have diverse payments methods. We have direct bank transfers that have been working for students even outside Kenya. You can pay using either your debit or credit card, whereby we have partnered with third-party payment platforms such as Flutterwave. You can use PayPal in case you have PayPal, and still mobile money works in across various countries and so on. So whichever you are comfortable with it, Arega, you can be able to use.
Yeah, you can also do Swift. As Silvia said, we have multiple payment channels. Arega, if you have difficulties on that, we can explain. Just engage us on WhatsApp. We'll guide you on what would be best for you. So, any burning question that you're leaving out before we wind up? We have taken like 18 more minutes, but it was worth so that we are able to answer and to respond to your questions. We can have a minute, so if in case you have any question that has not been responded to, or you have a question that you feel has not been responded to elaboratively, you can ask. If not, then we'll proceed and close the session. And you can reach out to us either on email or on WhatsApp. We are available. We are doing the next phase. We are in the next phase of our admissions. That's for the March intake. Classes will begin on 8th of April. That's the first week of April. So we encourage you to enroll, get admitted as early as now, so that we have you in the schedule of classes. So, it seems there's another hand. Mutuku and Arega, your hands are still up. I don't know if you still have any questions or you okay. I guess all is well. So we want to end it there, and I want to take this opportunity to thank you so much for having time to join this session. We are available to offer all the support that you need, plus answer any questions that you have. The first unit when you take classes is introduction into data science, where we get an opportunity to deep dive into it and learn more about data science and the related disciplines. That's in class. We have an opportunity to discuss and ask more questions. So we are asking you to subscribe with us and ensure that you are enrolled. If in case you have any questions, you have any clarifications, feel free to reach out. Our WhatsApp number, you can just go to the last page so that we project that again in the presentation.
Okay. I thought I was.
Yeah, so as you can see, we have our email there. We also have our phone number. Either of those two, you chat us, we should be able to respond and to answer any questions that you have. You can also reach out to us on any of the LinkedIn channels. For the team that is in Nairobi, we've said you can easily walk into office, Pioneer House, room 308, that's third floor, that Moi Avenue, and you'll be sure to meet us there. So at this moment, we'd like to end it there. We want to wish you all the best in your classes. We'll meet you in class. Bye.